So, the anime beginning and where it all kind of starts and gains its focus is with Luna and Usagi meeting for the first time. Now, again, this is why a lot of people believe that Usagi is the first Sailor Scout and not the second, because in the TV series, they do focus very, very heavily on the meeting of Luna and Usagi, which I get. She's the main character. Of course they're going to focus on it. But it does tend to muddle things later on when it's revealed that, Sailor V's been an actual Sailor Scout the whole time. And Usagi and Luna meet because there's a bunch of bullies picking on what Usagi believes is just a regular cat, Oh, P.S. just for this video. Sailor Moon, baby. Anyway. So, she goes up to help the cat, chases the bullies away, and she notices a little band-aid. Wait, haha. Oh no, but this is what's under the band-aid. I don't actually have the one of her with the band-aid, which I thought I did, but okay, weird. So, when she does that, Luna kind of gets her bearings back, basically, and is going about her job, her sole job, is to find Sailor Moon and all the other Sailor Scouts and, Neo Queen Serenity, the Silver Millennium Crystal, all the things. This cat has more important things to do than to worry. But one thing leads to another, and she realizes that Usagi is not just some random girl walking down the street helping a cat. Which, we should all help animals. Don't bully animals. It's not cool, man. I'm an animal lover. Again, like I said in my Scream video, animal violence in movies makes me cry. It's legit a thing. But she gives Usagi a little brooch and tells her how to transform and how to become Sailor Moon. So, and our first mission goes as anticipated. It's a shit show, baby. Tuxedo Mask comes in, saves the day. Time goes on. We learn a lot more about Usagi, obviously. She's the main character. Her likes, her dislikes. The fact that she is always getting in trouble at school. Not really the smartest person, by far. She, has bad grades. She's constantly failing tests. Just all of the things. Which, again, typical young girl. So, she's, she's, super into food. But, obviously, in each series and or movie, as time goes on, she levels up. She gets different abilities, different weapons, all of the things. New costumes when she transforms to each individual level of power. Wait a minute. I got you. So, boom! Her initial Sailor Scout outfit. Little Sailor Girl suit, boots, pretty standard. And then this is one of her other ones that she later gets. All the scouts actually do get more powers, more gear as the show progresses, and as time goes on, they're obviously going to be fighting more enemies, stronger enemies, weird enemies, which I really want to do a thing on Black Lady, because yeah, it's creepy, it's Lannistery, but I kind of love it. Not gonna lie. There are no actual hentai moments in this series, so for those of you that haven't seen it and you're looking for hentai, wrong series. Move on. So, the second scout that they get to is Amy, Sailor Mercury, who is technically the third scout. Yeah, remember that. So, and the interest there for Serena initially is because Amy's super smart. And Serena's thinking, oh, maybe I can be friends with the smart girl. And maybe the smart girl can help me do better. And maybe she needs a friend because maybe she's lonely. So they inevitably do become friends. They hang out at the arcade. Luna immediately likes Amy or Ami, depending upon, again, which version you're watching, which subtitle, which everything, because, nothing is the same. The original's pronunciations are different than Crystal's. Crystal's are different from the original. It's a thing. You just accept it as an anime watcher. Nothing's really the same. So, they become friends. And Luna starts to suspect something's going on, something's not right with this extra credit class Amy's going to. And when they get there, sure enough, holy shit, talking cat was right. I mean, it's a talking cat. Of course she's right. Anyway, moving on. Kind of like what I'm doing with my face. So, that's when Amy gets her magical Girl Scout pen. And I have a stuffed Sailor Moon pen somewhere. Honestly, I'm not sure where it is at this very moment in time, unfortunately, because I would love to be able to show you what the transformation pens look like, but alas, no dice. So, Amy turns out to be Sailor Mercury, which, that's cool. She's a magical girl too. So, of course, Usagi, super excited because now, not only does she have a smart girl for a friend, she essentially, one of her partners in fighting crime is a smart girl. And Amy is not just a smart girl, she's very, very tactically, that's the word. That's what we're going with. Tactically sound. And, I mean, this is shown repeatedly in the series, that when it comes to tact in battle, Amy, at the drop of a dime, can form a battle plan. That's a good one, and it works every time, which is really cool. So, she is the first scout that Luna and Serena find together. Thus, now they can go look for other scouts as a team, which is cool. The next one they find, let me check my notes, I believe is Ray, because she is a shrine maiden who also basically can see the future. That's just the easiest way to explain what she does. And yes, I am right. Their beginning interaction with Ray is unique. They suspect that something's going on with the temple. So they're kind of there being nosy. And then inevitably, when the bad guys show up, they suck Ray into this dimension-y portal thing is the best. That's how we're going to describe it. And Serena, of course, goes along for the ride because she's Sailor Moon. And Amy is able to figure out the frequency for everything for them, which leads to them being able to be rescued. So Luna brings Ray a pen, a transformation pen, and gives it to her. And she is, drumroll, Sailor Mars. I know, I gotta stop saying drumroll when I have no drumroll sound. It's okay. It's totally fine. It's what I'm doing. Anyway. So that is how Amy and Serena get the next scout, right? And that's a hell of an introduction there, honestly, when you think about it. Like, hey, you know, you're not just a shrine maiden, you're a magical girl. P.S. This cat talks, and welcome to the magical girl gang. Like, what more do you need for an introduction? Am I right, people? I don't know. So, the next scout discovered by the group is Sailor Jupiter. And Lita, of all the scouts, is actually very trained in martial arts, making her unique amongst the scouts, as it's shown that Ami is really smart, Serena's kind of a crybaby, Ray is very fiery, and she has that whole precog thing, but she doesn't have, you know, the training that Lita does, which makes her unique to the group in the sense of she becomes kind of their main offensive hand-to-hand fighter when she inevitably joins. Now, she also is a really big cook. Like, she loves to cook. And that's quite helpful since Serena loves to eat. You know, it goes the same way. She ends up in a situation where she inevitably is attacked by the big bad. Come and they save her. Luna rolls her a pen. Congratulations, you're Sailor Jupiter. Which is fine. I mean, I get it. Mainly too because even Usagi, who's the main character, didn't even really have that big of a thing for her getting her transformation brooch. So it makes sense that the other scouts wouldn't really have that type of feel to them either. So once the core group of scouts, the Inner Senshi, all but Sailor V, have come together, and they've been working together for a while, fighting bad guys in their awesome outfits. Super jealous of their outfits. But this goes on for a while before Sailor V and Artemis finally, like, show themselves to the scouts and have any sort of interaction with the scouts, technically. Hold on. So, when they do finally come in contact, like I said, Sailor Venus has been... Oh yeah, by the way, This is also part of the Sailor Moon color pop thing. Her and Artemis have been fighting these bad guys by themselves for some time now. They've kind of been out on their own, and she has a belief, and so is Artemis, that she in fact is Neo Queen Serenity, which again, it kind of makes sense as to why they would believe that. No one has any of their previous memories of their life before coming to Tokyo as who they are now. They really don't know these things, and they're kind of just really running off of hopes, dreams, and assumptions when it comes to who's who. And to them, it's very logical that Sailor V would be Serena. God, this lash, though. Look at it. Oh, she's sexy. Sorry, I digress. So, when they all finally do meet and are introduced, everyone, of course, immediately bows down and, swears their loyalty to Neo Queen Serenity, who they believe is Sailor V. Turns out, after some time goes by, that in fact, Sailor V is not Neo Queen Serenity at all. She's just not. It's been Sailor Moon, Serena, Usagi, whatever, this whole time. They just didn't know because her powers... Oh, I better not do this while I'm talking. So, hold on.